you want to make more than a 9 to 5? Do you want to work less and sleep more? Do you want to live a life where you are actually doing other things, where your life's energy is not going 100% into work and hustling over bringing money into your business? If you are one of those individuals, you're in luck, because in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to brand your business with you in it. And I'm going to show you my entire process from start to finish. What's up, bosses? I'm Talyn Figueroa, your personal brand consultant at Boss Diplomat, making you look so good you can't be ignored. The reason why I wanted to show this off to you so badly is because it's not a secret, guys. It's all over my website. My branding process is right there for you to see, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to walk you through this process so that you understand how to build a very powerful personal brand in your business if you're a solo entrepreneur. This is typically for 6 months, guys. I always tell my clients you need 6 months before you launch your rebrand. Just because you're super excited and you just want to start making money in your business, because the minute you start rushing, you're going to be missing a lot of important steps that's going to get you faster to your 6-figure business before you even start to crawl. You also don't want to take too long with your rebrand, because guess what? Humans procrastinate. People get busy. There's always going to be something else that is way more important. The first thing you need to do before you even decided that you need a brand or rebrand or whatever the wording is, you want to have a look from a bird's eye point of view to see what your existing and current brand looks like. Maybe it's a name change. Maybe the colors are wrong. Maybe you are targeting the wrong audience. Maybe your services and your products need to be repositioned. Maybe your marketing strategy is completely out of whack. Do a SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis is only focusing on your brand and your messaging. We're not looking at finances. We're not looking at any sort of like bigger strategies within your business or any systems inside your business. I'm talking about looking at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats from a brand perspective, and really being critical on what you're doing really well and what you're struggling with. Go through your website, go through all of your social media where your business is present and active. And if it's not active, guess what? That's a weakness, because that should be active. It could be something personal. It could be that you're working all hours of the day and you're barely spending time with the people that you want to spend time with or doing the things that you want to do. Believe it or not, every business has competitors. Now, you might think that you're a snowflake who's very unique. And yes, you are a snowflake and you are very unique. But there are always going to be others like you in some shape or form who are doing something similar, who have a similar story, who are targeting a similar audience. Check out their strengths and their weaknesses. That will then be turned into your opportunities and your threats. This is exactly what I do in Boss Diplomat. The Brand Power Hour session is 1.5 hours with your fairy boss mother. I will look at everything from your website to your socials to anything else you want me to take a look at. And I will put together your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in this very glam, bougie looking document for you to take away. Plus, another video of me to explain where those findings and recommendations have come from and what I recommend you do for your business going forward from a high level brand perspective. So the next part of your rebrand, I want you, the solopreneur, the business owner of this business, to be in front of your business. I want to turn you into a brand ambassador, because when you are the face of your business, your trust, credibility factor all goes up. What I'm talking about here is called the brand blueprint. Your brand blueprint is kind of like your business plan. It is the foundations of your brand and your marketing strategy. What we want to do is talk about your backstory in stages: your past, your present, your future. We also want to really define what your target audience is. Your target audience is that bullseye in that dartboard who are going to give you the money that you're asking for and commit to your process or commit to the brand promise that you're making, they believe you, they trust you, they like you, and they want to work with you. These are ready clients. Forget about everyone else on that dartboard. You want to focus on them. And knowing how to tap into that market is what your target audience is. One other thing I do for my clients is develop a lead a product that you offer one time for your clients, where you are really able to show off your expertise. Do it once for an hour or 2 hours max, and you're getting paid for it. Like, nothing is free. Like, your content and your marketing should be free. Nothing else should be free. So once you have that established, we finally move on to your visual brand. Now, this is the stereotypical branding that you know about. You know, your font, your logo, your typography, your colors, you know, what your website could look like all of that. That's the last thing that I do, because once we know how to talk about you in your business, we know what your product and your service is, we know who your target audience is, we know what the essence of your brand is, the visual makes sense. You're able to visualize, holy crap, I didn't know that my brand could help these types of people doing this kind of thing. You're able to see the colors and the font and like visually what your brand looks like. Next up is the brand builder, and I usually recommend that this is gonna take 12 weeks of your time. So your brand blueprint is 3 weeks. Your brand blueprint should take you 3 weeks to complete if you do all of the steps very intentionally. What you want to do next is your brand competition analysis. This should take you 2 weeks. I want you to find as many competitors in your field doing what you're doing. Check out their website, check out their social media, and then I want you to reorganize that list in terms of who are you least concerned about, and who are the business that you're like, oh, I want to kind of emulate what they're doing, or I love what they're doing. And then I want you to dissect the heck out of their marketing. Then we move on to your social media content strategy, which is another 2-week process. A lot of solopreneurs, I know you're like, oh, I don't want to be on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever the next thing is. Even if you're only blogging or doing a podcast, you need content, right, for your business. This is how you're going to show up in your brand. You want to say as much as possible, as often and consistently as possible. So if you're blogging or doing social media, talk about the same thing over and over again, but give yourself a timeline. The final part of the brand builder is the lead generation strategy. Now, this part of the strategy is something that a lot of business owners actually don't think about. You immediately start thinking about marketing and sales, but guess what? You can't have a viable business if you're not consistently bringing in leads. So how do you generate that lead? This is what the lead generation strategy is all about. It's figuring out how to build those leads and build it into your business so that when you're ready to launch your rebrand, you already have a lead generation strategy in place, ready and active to work for you. We are now getting ready to launch your brand. Remember, you need 6 months to effectively and successfully launch your brand. Not sooner, not later. 6 months is that absolute sweet spot. And this is where we start to really bring you into your business. Boom, you're getting your photos retaken because you have a new identity now. You have a new brand identity. We don't want to use your wedding pictures. We don't want to use your prom pictures. We want to take pictures of you, how you are right now. Then we need a media kit. We need a media because you're going to start to show up on local news, publications, radio, podcast. And the reason why I get you to do all of this public relations for your business is for the purposes of your launch party. So your launch party is that 6-month deadline. You need to be able to do all of this work in 6 months so that when you get to your launch event, you have people wanting to work with you. They're downloading your lead magnet. I'm not going to talk about the launch event in this episode. Please have a look at the Boss Diplomat website. I have a brand launch handbook for only $29 that will give you a big checklist of all the things you need to do to make your launch successful. And there's a video made on that already. You know what you need to do now to build a personal brand in your business. And if you want to talk about this in a little bit more detail and get some expert eyes on it, Hello, talk to me. Book your free mini brand session with the Fairy Boss Mother. Get on my calendar, check out my website www.bossdiplomat.com and click on the free mini brand session button. I cannot wait to help you